A very good evening, everyone. Am I audible to everyone? Thank you, Dr. Pradhan. So, warm welcome again and very good evening to all dignitaries, organizers, esteemed faculty members, and all participants of this 3-month certificate program on research methodology and biostatistics. Uh, it is with great pleasure that I introduce our esteemed resource person for today's online session by the Dilip Kumar Prajapati sir. Sir is a distinguished scholar and practitioner in the field of Ayurveda, currently serving as a lecturer in the Department of Rasa Shastra and Bhasm Kalpana at the Institute of Teaching and Research in Ayurveda, Jamnagar, Gujarat. Yes, sir. Need to. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, okay, all right. Thank you, thank you. Sir's academic journey is a testament to his dedication to the field of Ayurveda. I'm just noting everyone. Sir's academic journey is a testament to his dedication to the field of Ayurveda. He completed his PhD in Ayurveda from IPGTRA, Gujarat Ayurveda University, Jamnagar, in 2023. His professional experience is both diverse and impressive. Sir has spent 2 years working in the supervision and preparation of various formulations at the pharmacy of Gujarat Ayurveda University, Jamnagar, from 2015 to 17. Since March 2019, he has been importing his extensive knowledge and expertise as a lecturer at the Department of Rasa Shastra and Biosurgical at ITRA, Jamnagar. In addition to his teaching responsibilities, where the Prajapati sir has made significant contribution to the academic research, he has authored 10 research articles and is currently the co-principal investigator of project titled Management of Pandu Anemia in Adolescent Girl and Women of Reproductive Age Group with Ayurvedic medicines in Jamnagar, Taluka of Jamnagar district for promotion Ayush interventions in public health initiatives. We are privileged to have the Prajapati sir with us today to share his insights and expertise on the topic Aushadh Yog Pariksha Paddhati, Bhasm, Aasav, Arishta, etc. His vast experience and scholarly achievements make him an invaluable resource for this session. Please join me extending a warm welcome to Dilip Kumar Prajapati sir. Please, sir, welcome, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself. You are muted right now. Not audible, sir. It's not audible, sir. It's not audible. Sir, I think you joined the meeting without audio. When you are joining, it asks for join with audio. Then you need to allow at that time, sir. Sorry for some interruption due to some technical issue. We're not hearing you, sir, due to some sir is joining with different device. Soon we will start the session. With Ajara Lotfi, lecture is will start within 2 minutes. As resource person is joining soon, due to some technical issue, we are unable to hear right now. So not suspended. Lecture will be delivered and will start within 2 or 3 minutes. Sir, still not audible. Please allow audio at your device. When joining it, ask for audio. Allow audio.
Hello.
It's audible, sir. Abhi audible.
Okay. Okay.
So, all delegates, sorry for interruption due to some technical issue. So we again welcome you, sir, on this online session of 3 month certificate program. Please, sir, welcome. Please continue.
Okay. First of all, sorry for the interruption and due to the technical reason. So, first of all, good evening to all. Uh, I have been assigned the topic Aushadh Yog Pariksha Paddhati. Let me first clarify that the Aushadh Yog Pariksha Paddhati is a very vast subject. So, in this particular session, we will discuss about what is Aushadh, what is the method of preparation, uh, what is formulations, or what is the definition of kalpana, etc. But in this particular session, I will try to mainly focus on the classical examination of various kalpana. That is how we can examine the particular siddhi lakshans of particular kalpanas. So, with background, we will start today's session. That is also the Yoga Pariksha Paddhati. Uh, share the PPT. The slides are visible
Not right now, sir.
now.
Yes, no visible, sir. Make it in slideshow mode, full screen mode. It's visible.
Yeah, it should be full screen. Yeah.
Yes, make it full screen, sir. Please.
Okay. So we have to start today's talk. There is my topic is also the Yog Pariksha Paddhati. So first of all, at the outset, we have to understand the meaning of Aushadh Pariksha Paddhati. So here the Aushadh Yoga Pariksha Paddhati comprises of two words, that is Aushadh Yog and Pariksha Paddhati. Here Aushadh Yog, that means formulation or dosage form. It can be either single powder or churn, polyherbal powder or herbomineral powder. And Pariksha Paddhati, that means the testing protocol. That is the testing method. In your Ayurveda or API or certain books, there are certain testing parameters are given for the particular dosage form. And next, why given prime importance to the Aushadh in our Ayurveda Shastra or Aushadh Pariksha Paddhati? So the answer is that uh, that Acharya Charak introduced uh, in the first adhyaya, that is Tri Sutra, that is Hetu Ling Aushadh. So he has mentioned the Aushadh in Tri Sutra, which is followed for the Swasthya Atur Parayanam. And the second thing that uh, uh, Acharya Charak mentioned in the first Chatuska as a Aushadha Chatuska, that is which comprises of first four chapter, where he explains the various herbs and medicine to be used during the Panchkarma, various tropical medicament in the third chapter, and most important, the five basic kalpanas or Vaishajya kalpana, that is Kasai kalpana. He is mentioned in fourth chapter. So Acharya Charak gives the prime importance to the Aushadh in Aushadh Pariksha. So now coming to the definition of ASU drug, what is ASU drug? So according to the Rule 3A of Drug and Cosmetic Act, ASU drug include all the medicine intent for the internal or external use for in the diagnosis, treatment, mitigation, or prevention.
So slides are not changing and it's not in slideshow mode. If there is any issue, you can share a slide so we can share from our side.
I have changed the slides
Yo, it's on fifth slide. Now it's a fifth slide.
now.
Now it's on fifth slide. Drug sources. And it's not in full screen mode, sir.
Full screen mode.
There's a bottom icon, yes, to make in full screen.
Yeah, this one is a
Yes.
full screen. Na?
No, this is not in slideshow mode. We are getting a presentation, not presentation mode. We are in showing in file mode. Yes,
Now,
click on this. It's not done.
now it's a slide.
Not done, not sir, not right. It's the original Microsoft Office or it's a pirated server. So maybe if it is pirated, then it will not work.
Now,
Not sir, it's in PPT mode, not in slideshow mode.
now,
It's on first slide, not moving in slideshow. It's the same. No change done.
so I will share the PPT to you.
No. Yes. Share the PPT. You just say next. I will change slide from here. It's visible to all right now. No, please continue, sir.
Okay, thank you for sharing. So shall we start from the beginning? Yeah.
Uh, yes, yes. Please
Okay, okay.
just revise.
Okay,
Revise.
so first of all, the Aushadh Yog Pariksha Paddhati comprises of two words, that is Aushadh Yog and Pariksha Paddhati. Aushadh Yog, that means the formulation or dosage form. It can be either a single churn or polyherbal, any compound or herbal compound. And Pariksha Paddhati, that means the testing protocol, that is testing method. So in uh, various books, there is a particular testing protocols are mentioned for the various formula testing of various formulations. Next slide, please. So the question arises why our acharyas are given prime importance to the Aushadh in Ayurveda. So first of all, Acharya Charak mentioned the Triveda Sutra in first adhyaya, that is Hetulinga Aushadh. So among the three sutras, Aushadh is one of them. And second, Acharya Charak mentioned the first Chatus, that is also the Chatus, where he explained the various herbs and medicine to be used during the various Pancam procedure. In the third chapter, various topical medicament, and most importantly, he has mentioned the five basic kalpas of Vaisajya Kalpana, that is Panchavid Kasai Kalpana. So, Acharya Charak mentioned the importance of Aushadh by quoting this course. So, we have to must necessary to examine the Aushadh. Next slide, please. According to Rule 3A of Drug and Cosmetic Act, the definition of Ayurveda and Siddha Yoga medicine is that it will include all the medicine intended for the internal or external use for or in the diagnosis, treatment, mitigation, or prevention of the disease or disorders in human being or animal, and manufactured exclusively in accordance with the formula described in the authoritative books of Ayurveda, Siddha, and Unani system of medicine, specified in the first schedule of Drug and Cosmetic Act. So in this definition, according to the Drug and Cosmetic Act, drug can be utilized for the four purposes, that is diagnosis, treatment, mitigation, or prevention. But most importantly, it should be manufactured exclusively according to the formula described in the first schedule of DNC Act. So it should be remember. Next slide. Uh, drug sources. That means according to Ayurveda, there are four main drug sources are mentioned. That is first one is herbal. That is ashwagandha, gudu. Second one is metal and mineral. All the metal and minerals such as abrak, vamna, etc. are included. Cow urine is being mentioned as an animal source, and sank, praval, mutta, etc. are mentioned as a marine source. Next slide. Uh, According to the general guideline, which is published by for the drug development of Ayurvedic formulation, published by CCRAS, the classification of Ayurvedic drug can be classified under mainly three headings. First one is the classical drug, second one is the various dosage form, and third one is the patent and proprietary medicine. In classical drug, it can be further classified under four headings, that is the raw materials, extract, compound formulation, or lastly the herbal formulations. And in dosage form, the various Ayurvedic dosage forms are included, such as Asava, or Ole, Vas, Gulo, Dope, Loh, etc. And in patent proprietary medicine, the modern dosage forms such as syrup, ointment, capsule, granules, etc. are included. Next slide, please. What is the need of Aushadhi Pariksha Paddhati? So it must needed for the better quality of drug, better efficacy of drug, and better safety of drug. And always remember the drug should always be safe for the administration. And by these three parameters, that is the quality, efficacy, and safety, are the essential for the both health authority and the public, which draw the scientific presentation of fact in universal language. So, for the better quality, efficacy, and safety, the Aushadh Pariksha Paddhati is much needed. Next. There are many recent articles published which create the controversy regarding the use of herbal-mineral, safety use of the herbal-mineral formulations by emphasizing the high level of heavy metals present in the Ayurvedic formulation. But we cannot give any answers due to the lacking of documentation, sense of quality control parameters, safety profiles, and efficacy studies. So for giving answer to such controversies, we have to create the data of the drug on the basis of quality control parameters, safety, and efficacy. Next slide. So published ones are the tip of iceberg that are harming to the reputation of different levels. So we have to produce the quality medicines for the better efficacy and safety. Next. The various terminology which is used for the quality control. The first one is standard. So standard is a parameter which denotes the quality and purity of material. And standardized, which may refer to the manufacturing process of formulations along with analytical profile of particular formulation. So next slide. What is the need of standardization? So to ensure the establishment of standard for the quality and purity of raw material, quality control during the manufacturing process, production of good quality of finished product, and to guarantee the public or government to for the purity, safety, and potency and efficacy of the finished product. Next slide. Now coming to the drug standardization. So in Charak Sanhita, Acharya Charak beautifully mentioned the drug pariksha, that is Aushadh Pariksha in Charak Viman's 8th chapter. He next slide. He mentioned idam eva prakriti evam gunam evam prabhavam asmin visam jatam asmin rutur eva grohitam evam nihitam, that is stored under the specific condition, that is the drugs should be stored under the specific condition. Evam upaskutam, that is processed or prepared in a particular manner. It should be followed the various pharmaceutical procedure in proper way. Matra yuktam, that means to be used in the specific dose. Asmin vyadhi, that means to be used in the specific disease condition and specific dose condition. And evam vidas, that means to be used in the prescribed manner. That means mode of use, it can be used either a local application or external application. Next. Now coming to the ASU drug development and standardization and quality control parameter. So for that, first we have to develop the standards of the raw material, and later on it should be if we are using any extract in the formulation. So firstly we have to establish the standards or SOP of extract, and after the developing and standardization of extract, we have to develop the SOP of formulations and standardization of formulations, that is manufacturing standardization of manufacturing, and after that it should be screened biologically, that is we have to evaluate the pharmacokinetic and dynamic of the particular dosage form. Later on this prepared dosage form should be evaluated for safety and toxicity studies in in the context of acute and chronic toxicity and genotoxicity. And after the completion of all this process, it should be packed and stored in hygienic condition. Next. Okay. Now coming to the main talk of today's, that is Aushadh Yog Pariksha Paddhati. So there are two ways to evaluate quality of Ayurvedic formulation. That is classical aspect, and second one is modern aspect. In classical aspect, classical Siddhi Lakshans of various dosage form, or we can say that the Kalpanas are included, while in modern aspect, the physicochemical parameter and various sophisticated instrument analysis are included, which may help to reveal the particular chemical composition of the formulation, as well as their concentration, and it also helps to ensure the safety and efficacy of drug. Next. The first one is Bhasm. We can say that Bhasma is an ancient nanomedicine which is prepared by the various following the various pharmaceutical procedures such as Sodhan, Dharan, Maran, etc. And in by this process or by the frequency or frequently apply the frequency type of incineration process, it should be particular metal and minerals to be converted into the Bhasma form. Our acharyas are beautifully explain the parameter to assess the various Bhasmas such as Vahitar, Rekha Purnatva, etc. Uh, Bhasma can be categorized under two headings, that is the physical parameter and chemical parameters. In physical parameters, Varitar, taste, that is Rekha Purnatvam, that is Lakshanatvam, Susuksmatvam, Anjan Samnibam, while in chemical parameter, Varna Gatrasatvam, Nischandratvam, and Apunarbhav and Niruddha included. Next slide. Now we are saying the Bhasma Pariksha one by one. First one is the Pariksha. So every Bhasma having a specific color mentioned in our classics. If there is any alteration in this specific color, it suggests that the Bhasma is not prepared properly because during the Bhasma preparation, a particular metallic compound is formed, and every chemical compound having a specific color. Just for example, classically low Bhasma is process aqua jumbo fulvat color, that is purple color. It is due to the we can say that the low Bhasma is considered as a mixture of ferrous oxide, ferrous sulfide, ferric oxide, and other trace elements. Among these trace elements or content, ferrous oxide and ferrous sulfide are often found in black and brownish in color, and ferric oxide is reddish in color. So ultimately, the combination of this brownish, black and brownish color compound and reddish yellow compound, the ultimately final color of raw Bhasma is purple in color. And our acharyas are mentioning the various color of different bhasmas, such as Swan Bhasma having the Pushpavam, that is golden white, golden yellow color, Tamra Bhasma and Rajat Bhasma having the Krishna color, Vang Bhasma having the Svetwan, and Yasad Bhasma having the Svetwan, etc. Now, what is the method for testing the Vana Pariksha? So, for the assessment of Vana or a color of Bhasma, first of all, we have to take a pinch of Bhasma over the palm, and it is observed under the direct sunlight. The color of specific Bhasma can be compared with the classical color of Bhasma. So, this one is a very simple method for the Vana Pariksha of Bhasma. Next, the next one is Nischandratur. So every Bhasma must be in Nischandrata form. After the proper incineration process, the luster of metal should not be present in the prepared Bhasma. This finished Bhasma. This test indicates the change of specific metallic luster to the lusterless compound after the incineration, and it also indicates the loss of metallic character of the metal due to the reduction of particle size. uh, we can say that the particle size are reduced up to the micro or nanoparticles. So due to the particle size reduction, the particular compound, that is the luster compound, are converted into the lusterless compound. And for the assessment of Nishandratva, we have to took a pinch of plasma over the palm, and one drop of water should be taken, and it should be rubbed with the plasma. Then the Bhasma is observed in direct sunlight or in the torchlight. We have to observe that whether there are any shiny particles are present or not. If there are any shiny particles are still present, then it is indicated uh, the need of further food for the proper Bhasma preparation. So next slide, Varita and Unam. So these both tests are carried out to assess the lightness and fineness of the prepared Bhasma. Varita is a floating character of Bhasma stagnant water surface. and this test can be considered based on the law of surface tension. So what happened here? So here the particles of Bhasma attain so much fine and light character that they cannot able to break even the surface tension of the stagnant water. If in the other way we can say that if particle size is very less, there will be a more surface area. So with this more surface area, the particles are not able to break the surface tension of water surface. So the particle will be so fine, not only those will float over the water surface, but also those can carry the rise grade. That is Punam Pariksha, rise grade over the layer of floated Bhasma particles. So this one is the Varitar Pariksha, and for the assessment of Varitar Pariksha, we have to take a pinch of Bhasma and slowly spread over the upper surface of water, and we have to examine that the particles of Bhasma are floated over the uh, water surface or not. Okay, there is a video. Yeah, Amitji, there is so much echo, I think, because
Is, is there any other device you are
no, no, my PC is on, but I have shut down it. मैंने वो बंद कर दिया है PC क्योंकि मुझे मेरा ही आवाज सुनाई दे रहा है
मे बी आपने सर दो विंडो ओपन कर रखी होंगी आप जस्ट सेकंड मैं यहाँ से आपके दूसरे को हटाता हूँ नाउ सर प्लीज चेक अगेन अभी आपको आपकी आवाज आ रही है
ओके ओके नहीं आ रही हाँ आई थिंक दो विंडो चालू थे थैंक यू
अब मैं दो ओपन की मैंने एक को सर ब्लॉक कर दिया यहाँ से so I think it's
okay the next one is varitar and sorry next one is the rekha purnatvam and lakshanatvam. So this test is applied to assess the fineness of prepared Bhasma. So the Bhasma particle will be so fine that those can easily fill in the furrows of finger. And during the installation process, the particle size of material is reduced, and a coarse particle give a foreign body falling over the fingertip, but a very fine particle will easily enter in the furrows of finger. In the ancient time, there is no any facility of microscope and etc. But at that time, they are observe the particle size reduction by this following this Rekha Purnatvam examinations. And the second one is the Slakshnatvam. The Slakshnatvam we can understand by our acharyas are mentioned the particle size of Bhasma is like a pollen grain, that is Ketki Raj, and Bhasma should be Slakshna. And they are mentioning the Bhasma should be Slakshna and Anjan Sanibam. Here, Slakshna, that means uh, we have to feel the tactile sensation during the when we take the pinch of Bhasma in our hand. So, what is the benefit of this Slakshna Bhasmatvam? The Slakshna Bhasma can be easily absorbed and assimilated in the body without producing any irritation to the mucous membrane of our GI tract. So, the Bhasma must be in Rekha Purnatvam and Slakshnatvam. Next slide. Next one is the Apunarbhav. So this test is indicated the irreversible nature of prepared Bhasma, and the Bhasma will not regain in its original metallic state. After the proper installation and put process, the metal is transferred to the stable compound or the combination of stable compounds, and this will not transfer to the original metallic state even after the carbon reduction process. So for the Apunarbhav Pariksha, the prescribed Bhasma is taken with the equal quantity of Mitra Panchak in Khalva Yantra, and it should be triturate well and mixed well. And after that, after the proper trituration, the pellets are prepared and pellets are taken and sealed in the Sarav Samput, and the Samput is placed inside the put for the further heating. The similar grade of heating, that is put, is given. Similar grade of heating, suppose if you are going to prepare a low bhasma and you are going to examine the Apunarbhav Pariksha of the low. So for the preparation, low bhasma preparation, if you are giving the 600 temperature, so during the Apunarbhav Pariksha, you have to give the similar grade of heating, that is similar grade of temperature, which is used for the preparation of particular bhasma. And after self cooling, the pellets are collected and those are broken, and the broken surface is observed under the direct sunlight. And we have to observe that uh, presence of any shining particles are there in the sarav or not. If there is any shining particles are present in the sarav, it indicate the reformation of metal from the compound, and also it indicate that there is an improper incineration process are happen. So we have to require the further incineration process for the preparation of better bhasma. Next one. Okay, next one is Nirutya Bhasma Pariksha. So the prepared Bhasma will be free from the non-reactive sulfur, and in this Bhasma Pariksha, it is used to detect the free portion of the Bhasma, that is free metallic portion of the Bhasma, and it is most resemble with the Nirutya Pariksha, and it should be carried out with the silver. But in case of Rajat Bhasma and Nag Bhasma, we are using the Tamra Patra, and the method is very easy. We have to take a Rajat Patra and the pinch of Bhasma. It should be applied over the Patra, and it should be give the put similar degree of temperature which is used to the Bhasma preparation. And after the completion of put, we have to examine that if we have to examine that either the weight of silver foil is increased or not. If the weight of silver foil is increased, it indicates that our Bhasma is not properly prepared, and there is some metallic portion are present in the Bhasma. If there is no change in the weight of silver foil, it indicates our Bhasma is properly prepared. Next. There are a specific Bhasma tests are mentioned in our classics for the specific metal and minerals Bhasma. The first one is the Nirdhumatva. So the chemical compound which is present in the prepared Bhasma should be stable in nature. It will not melt or boil at the high temperature, so at which it is being prepared. A little amount of Bhasma is taken in a sarav, and the sarav placed inside the particular food in which the Bhasma is being prepared. Now the appearance of smoke is observed. So we have to observe that when we are keeping the small pinch amount of Bhasma in the sarav, there is any smoke present or not. If the smoke is present, it is due to the boiling or melting of the particular Bhasma, and it indicates that our Bhasma is not properly prepared, and this Nirdhumatva is most probably used for the Hartal Bhasma preparation. Next one is the Amla Pariksha. So it is mainly applicable for the Tamra, Tooth and Maksik Bhasma, that which contain the copper. When we are going to burn a copper with a sulfur vapor, it form the cupric sulfide, that is Cu2S, which is a stable sulfide form of copper. But when we we are process the copper with a excess of heat with sulfur, the cupric sulfide, that is CuS, is formed, which is less stable than the copper sulfide, cuprous sulfide. and it is readily oxidized by the air in contact with the moisture and form copper sulfate, which gives the bluish color. So, copper sulfate, we all know the copper sulfate is toxic and harmful to the body. So, for this pariksha, we have to take a small amount of curd in the petri dish. A little amount of tamra bhasma is sprinkled on the curd at the middle and is observed after the 24 hour. It should be kept for 24 hour up to the 3 days, and we have to observe that uh, uh, there is any green or bluish discolorations are happen around the bhasma or not. If there is appearance of greenish and blue color around the bhasma, it indicates that our bhasma is not properly prepared and it need the further incineration process. And it is also known as the curd test. Next. Next one is the ksharatva, aksharatva. That means there is no any alkaline substance present in the bhasma, and it is specifically performed for the calcium containing bhasmas. So mostly all the Sudhavargya dravya contain the CaSO3 as a argonite form, and during the maran, calcium oxide might be formed, but in the presence of moisture, calcium oxide converted into the calcium hydroxide, and the combination of calcium oxide and calcium hydroxide are highly irritant to the mucosa, so it maybe causes the irritation over the tongue, which is expressed by the taste feeling of ksha. So this kind of bhasma are not accepted, and for the taste assurance, that means for the assurance of the aksharatva pariksha, we have to take a pinch of prepared bhasma, and it should be put on the tongue, and taste of bhasma can be perceived. If there is a lack of alkaline taste or any corrosiveness over the tongue, it indicates the bhasma is prepared properly. Next. Okay, there are one guideline published by the biotechnology department for the testing of evaluation of nanopharmaceuticals, specifically for the nanopharmaceutical pharmaceuticals in India, and there are specific quality control parameters are mentioned, and in this guideline there is some information regarding the which size of particles should be included in nanoparticles, and there are some characteristics of nanoparticles are mentioned. So for the Bhasma preparation, we have to follow this guideline for the testing. Next. Okay, now coming to the QC parameter as per the modern for the Bhasma. The first one is the loss on drying. So by the loss on drying, it is widely used test method to determine the moisture content present in the sample. And in Bhasma preparation, there is a very less moisture present in the form of moisture or any other liquid form. The next one is S value. It helps to determine the quality and purity of crude drugs, especially in powder form. If the S value of any bhasma is more, that means it indicates that there is a more organic substance present in the bhasma. So this one is not desirable in any bhasma. Acid insoluble S, that means we have to assess the percentage of acid insoluble in organic content in the sample, and water soluble S, that means to assess the percentage of water soluble inorganic content in the sample. Next. There are some sophisticated instruments are used for the assessment of the Bhasma. The first one is the ICP. So this can be used for the quantitative element evaluation of the Bhasma. XRD, it should be used for the elemental analysis or chemical characterization of the sample. FTIR are used to assess the presence of different absorption band and various functional group which is present in the particular compound and formulation, and transmiss and TEM, which is used to know the specific structure of the particle present in the sample. So these are the most probably used sophisticated instrument for the Bhasma pariksha. The next kalpana is Sandhana kalpana. So Sandhan, that means the Sandhan, in the heading of Sandhan, we can understand the Asavarist, and Sandhan Kalpana has a very beneficial in the treatment of many diseases and having a medicinal value as well as the nutritional value. And in Sandhan Kalpana, the basic there are basic ingredients such as Drava Dravya, sweetening agent, Prakshep Dravya, and fermenting agent, that is Sandhana Dravya. And the method of preparation is a very easy. All should be mixed together and kept in the all the basic ingredients should be mixed together and kept in the sandhan patra for the fermentation. And there are a different time duration are mentioned in our classics for the fermentation, for the completion of fermentations. And during the fermentation, at the initial stage and the onset of fermentation, what we have to observe at the initial stage of fermentation, we have to observe the floating of prakshep dravya on the surface area of the liquid, and the consistency is thicker as compared to the water. Second, during the onset of fermentation, we have to observe the change color of fermenting media. Mild, there is a mild alcoholic odor, and there is a visibility of effervescence, that means bubbling. A typical sound can be heard when we heard close to the Sandhan Patra. This one is hissing sound. And the next one is the burning matchstick will be turned off if taken inside the container due to the presence of carbon dioxide. Next, the final stage in the final stage, the Prakshep Dravya will be sink completely at the bottom of Patra. The fermented material will possess alcoholic odor. There is no any sound and no any effervescence are observed, and burning match stick will continue to burn even when brought near the fermenting media due to the subside of the carbon dioxide production of carbon dioxide, and there is no change can be found in lime water test. Next, there is a specific there is a video for the matchstick test. Uh, Please run the video. The previous one,
Not playing some.
not running. The second one,
Game. Cannot playing because
okay, no, no, any issue. So in first photograph, during the onset of fermentation, burning matchstick gets the put off if taken near to the fermenting liquid media due to the production of carbon dioxide. But after the completion of fermentation, there is no production of carbon dioxide. That's why the matchstick continue to burn in the second image. Next one. This one is the visibility of effervescence. That means we can clearly see the effervescence there and bubbling due to the production of carbon dioxide. But uh, after the completion of fermentation, it should be subside. Next, uh, in general guideline for the drug development of Ayurvedic formulations published by CCRAS, there is a certain quality parameters are mentioned for the Asavarist, such as specific gravity, uh, refractive index, viscosity, total solids, alcohol contents, reducing sugar, non-reducing sugar, etc. Next, in our department, there is a one research work carried out on the Asava risk entitled "The Self Life and Pharmacological Study of CCRAS in the Context of Puranasya Guna Yukta Asava." So it concludes that there is no any miss in this study. There is a comparison in between the Navin and Puran Aasav Arishta. So this work conclude that there is no significant difference found in between the Navin Aasav and Puran Sirisarisht. And in anti-inflammatory study, the both Navin Sirisarisht and Puran Sirisarisht treated group showed the 44.12% and 32.67% decrease the respectively after 5 hours, where the result is statistically highly significant. And the study revealed that the preservation of anti-inflammatory property in Puran Sirisarisht even after the storage of 8 years. And we have also carried out the self-life study of Navin Sirisarisht. It is about 12 hours, and it is most resemble with the Gazette of India, which is mentioned 10-year the stability of Aasav. Next. Now coming to the Avleh Siddhi Lakshans. So we all know the Avleh, that is the linctus, which is a semi-solid dosage form, which is prepared by solidifying the any liquid substance along with the sweetening agent and prakshep dravya. Sometimes it may be added with sneha dravya or kalka dravya. So the method is very simple. So at the end, after the completion of method, we have to observe the Siddhi Lakshans. And how we have to observe the Siddhi Lakshans. So the first Siddhi Lakshans is Darvi Pralepatvam. Darvi Pralepatvam, that means when we mix the mixture, prepared a mixture of liquid preparation and sweetening agent and kept on the fire, it become a thicker and start to stick on the ladle. The second one is the tantumatvam. Tantumatvam, that means the thread consistency. We have to observe the thread consistency to take a little amount of syrup, that is the combination of sweetening agent and liquid preparation in between the fingers, and we have to create a space in between the thumb and index finger, and we have to observe the how many threads are occurs. It can be either one thread or two thread. The next one is the Apsumajanam. Apsumajanam, that means when we poured a small amount of syrup into the water-filled vessel, it is sink at the bottom of vessel, that is Apsumajanam. And Sthiratam, that means it is stable even after pouring into the water. Next. The good Pak Pariksha is similar to the Avleh Pariksha. It is a Darvi Pralepatvam Tantuli Bhava, that means a Tantumatvam. Toy Punecha Patre Tukshipto Naplavate good, that means when we are pouring the syrup into the water filled vessel, it is not floating, it is sink at the bottom of vessel. And Kshiptastu Nishchal Tishtate Patituna Siryate, that means it is not spread, it is stable at the bottom of vessel. Next. Okay, this one is the illustration of each pariksha, that is Darvi Pluratam, that means the mixture sticking to the ladle. Tantumatam, that means when a little amount of mixture is taken over the thumb and the press between the index finger and taking out the index finger to create the space between the fingers, produce a thread of the sweetening agent and indicating the Siddhi Lakshans. And Apsumajati, that means when a drop of sugar solution is poured into the vessel filled with water, it sinks like a bead. Next. Patitena Siryate, that means when the drop is poured over the water, it does not spread or break. And Apsumajati with Sthiratvam, that means when a drop of sugar solution is poured into the vessel filled with water, it sinks like a bead and does not spread and could be easily picked with the help of finger. Next. This one is the Supakva Avastha Lakshan. So after the completion of Avle, the Avle having a Sukh spurs, that means the soft in touch. Sukhmar, that means feels soft even after rubbing in between the fingers. That means there is no any gritty particles present in the Avle. Gandhavan Rasodbhavam, that means having the taste, color, and the smell of that of the ingredient. That means the taste, color, and smell is resemble with the drug which are used for the preparation of particular avle. And Anguli Mudra or Pidite Mudra, that means form of impression of thumb when it press. And this examination, that is Anguli Mudra or Pidite Mudra, is most probably observed in the avle which contain the pulp material. That means Suppose the Pidite mudra is observed in Chavanpras or Kusmandavla because they containing the pulp of Amlaki and Kusmand respectively. So Angule mudra is most probably observed in the avle which are prepared from the pulp material. Next. These are the modern parameter for the quality parameters are given to assess the avle. These are the total acid insoluble S, water soluble X, water soluble extractive values, pH, reducing sugar, non-reducing sugar, total sugar, etc. Next. There is in our department there are two works are carried out for the evaluation of self life with the modification of dosage form. The first one is in the regard of Sirisaol and its granules, and we found the stability of 5 years, 5 years of both samples, and this one is resemble with the gazette, current gazette, and second one is the Agastya Haritaki Avla and its granules. And in this study, we also found more shelf life of granules, that is 5 years, and the Avla shelf life is approx 1.5 years. We are found the more shelf life in granules because of the less moisture present in the granules as compared to the avle. Next. The next one is Sneh Kalpana. So the Sneh Kalpana is one of the commonly prescribed Ayurvedic dosage form in day-to-day practice by the various Ayurvedic physicians. And classically, these formulations having a longer shelf life in comparison to the other dosage forms such as Panchvit, Kasai Kalpana, etc. And our acharyas are mentioned the Sneh Siddhi Lakshans as Varti Sneh Kalkasyad यदा अंगुली विमर्दितम शब्दहीन अग्नि निक्षिप्तो स्नेह सिद्धो भवेत् तदा यदा फेनोद्गमस्तेले फेन शांतिश्च सर्पिसि गंधवर्ण रसोत्पत्ति स्नेह सिद्धिस्तदा भवेत्. In next slide. So शब्दहीनो अग्नि निक्षिप्तो, that means the ending the cracking sound when curl throw into the heat or fire. Prasamati of fan or phenodgam. So prasamati of fan, that means the disappearance of bubbles of liquid mixture in a Grita pak and bubbling appearance in the tail pak. Gandhavan Raswatpati, that means the manifestation of desire, smell, color, and taste. Vartivata Snehakalk, that means portion of paste when rubbed in between the fingers, it is easily converted into the weak shape. Anguli Agrahi, that means it does not adhere to the fingers if we roll in between the fingers. And last one is Nati Mrudu, Nati Daruna, that means it is neither very hard nor very soft. Next. Our acharyas are also mentioned the specific part, that is Trivid part for the sneh, and it having the specific characteristics of each part. Suppose in Madhyam, according to Acharya Charak, in Madhyam Paki sneh, the kalp become a sanyav, like a sanyav, that means halwa like consistency. According to Susrut, sneh Aushadhi Vivek Matra is observed in the Mrudu Pak. Sneh Aushadhi Vivek Matra, that means kalka dravya and sneh dravya are separated from each other. So there are a specific characteristics are mentioned by various acharyas for the specific part. Next. Now there are different conditions of kalk and snake during the each part. In Mrudu Pak, in Mrudu Pak, the kalk become sticky on touch. There is a trace amount of water present in the kalk dravya. So when we are throwing the small amount of portion of kalk into the fire, there is a cracking sound present. When we are observed for the Mrudu Paki Asne, so there is a less amount of water present and we cannot found the Sabdahino Agni Nikshipto Pariksha. So while in Madhyam Paki, the kalk become non-sticky and free from the moisture. So there is no any cracking sound because there is no any moisture present in the Madhyam Paki Asne. So we are observing the Sabdahino Agni Nikshipto, but in case of Mrudu, there is no Sabdahino Agni Nikshipto are observe. Next. This one is the video. Please run the video.
It's a local file, which is not attached here. So not playing.
Yeah, it's okay, no problem. These all are the videos of snails.
I will share me video after the session. I will share all with our delegates, sir. So
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, this one is the modern parameters for the to examine the sneh kalpana, that is the medicated growth or oil. These such as iodine value, refractive index, saponification value, acid value, peroxide value, etc. And for the assessment of these parameters and the particular method for these parameters, we have to refer this book or API. This all that is the method of all the parameters are mentioned in this books, that is general guideline for the drug and development of Ayurvedic formulations. We can also refer to the API for the method of preparations. There is a testing protocols for the ASU system of medicines, and also in Drug and Cosmetic Act. So the link are given below of each book. So these all are the freely accessed and available on net. Next. Okay, these are the modern parameters which are carried out for the assessment of raw plant extract. Next, this one is the only images for the Arka Kalpana, Auchunan Yog, that means for the dusting powder. Next, for the chewing candy, for the Chona Kalpana. These all are the modern parameters for the lap, Netra Bindu, granules, syrup, Vati and suppository, and this all from the guideline of drug and development, which is published by CCRAS. Next. So at last, the message is if we follow the stringent quality control, so by following the stringent quality control, we save the future of Ayurvedic pharmaceutics in the well-being of human being. Thank you, one and all.
thank you, sir, for delivering a knowledgeable session. And now I would like to request all delegates, if there is any doubt regarding today's session, please write in the query in the chat box, or you can simply unmute at yourself. I allowed everyone. If you have any query, please clarify your doubts here.
गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग।
सर अगर स्नेह सिद्धि तैल सिद्धि करनी है तो उसमें लोह भस्म कब डालनी चाहिए?
अच्छा, तेल सिद्धि करनी है तो आपको लोह भस्म कब ऐड करनी है, ऐसा है ना आपका क्वेश्चन?
जी जी
जी। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मिस मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि लोह भस्म अगर हमें ऐड करना है, तो अगर हम मिस कल जब हम ऐड करते हैं, अगर उसके साथ हम ऐड करते हैं, तो बिकॉज फर्स्ट हमें ये समझना
सर वो
चाहिए कि
जल जाता है, मतलब
लोह
मैंने
भस्म है
ट्राई किया
वो। हेलो
सर, वो जल जाता है, मतलब आई ट्राइड, बट वो बाद में वो जल जाता है अगर वो पहले कल के साथ ऐड किया जाए तो।
जल जाता, तो इसका एक दूसरा सॉल्यूशन ये हो सकता है कि जैसे हमारे मिस क्लासिक्स में बताया गया है कि पर्टिकुलर पात्र में पाक करना चाहिए। सो वी कैन प्रिपेयर द स्पेसिफिक घृत और तेल which contain the loh bhasma as an ingredient in loh patra. This one is the probable yukti for the manufacturing of specific tel and घृत which contain the loh bhasma.
अगर हम एंड में बिल्कुल जब बन जाए, जैसे हम मधु के लिए करते हैं वैसे अगर करें, बिकॉज अगर उसमें पाक करते हैं तो पाक तो बहुत सारी चीजों का उसमें करते हैं, लो पात्र में।
Yeah.
तो अगर हम डेफिनेट क्वांटिटी अगर उसमें डालनी है तो अगर एंड में किया जाए एज अ प्रक्षेप द्रव्य की तरह तो फिर क्या वो मिक्स हो जाएगा प्रॉपर?
आई थिंक नहीं होगा, बिकॉज लो फैट सॉल्युबल है नहीं, और तेल और ग्रीस हमारा फैट है, तो फैट सॉल्युबल है नहीं, तो उतना एब्जॉर्ब नहीं होगा। बट आप अगर लास्ट में अगर ऐड करना चाहे तो ऐड कर सकते हैं, बट आपको उसके मैस्चुरेशन के लिए फॉर सम टाइम उसको रखना पड़ेगा, फॉर 10 days और 15 days। आफ्टर दैट यू कैन फिल्टर इट एंड यूज इट।
ओके, मीन्स सर अगर आपको ऐसा कोई एक्सपीरियंस मीन्स कुछ ऐसा कभी सिद्ध किया हो?
We are preparing a Bhungraj tel, which is mentioned in Saranga Samhita, which contain the loh kit as an ingredient. So we are facing the more similar facing the problems which you have faced it, कि कल्क लास्ट में जल जाता है, तो मीन्स हमारा भी कल्क में अगर हम ऐड करते हैं तो वो जल जाता है। So
जी।
we are starting to prepare the hair oil, that is Bhungraj tel, in the loh patra. So this one is the solution, I think so.
ओके 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 ओके, थैंक यू सर।
Is there any other queries so I can bind up the session? So I hope all queries answered. Thank you again, sir, for delivering a nice session. I convey our sincere gratitude on the behalf of all organizers for delivering this wonderful session and sharing expertise on the topic with all delegates presented in today's live session. Thank you again, sir. Thank you very much for your valuable time.
Thank you very much. Thank you one and all.
All delegates, this is the end of today's session, and tomorrow we have again one session as scheduled, that is on basic pharmaceutical chemistry, that will be delivered by Dr. Neeraj Agrawal. So be on time. This is the end of today's session. Tomorrow's session will start at 6 p.m. as scheduled. Thank you everyone for joining.